Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Hockey on the Spot with Brandon Barenfeld. I'm Brandon Barenfeld. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 66 of Hockey on the Spot, and I'm now officially in my new apartment. I'm living on my own with a roommate who is sleeping right now, so I'm going to try to be as quiet as I can, but also just loud enough so that you guys can hear me. Um, and like I said, this is episode 66, and we had 3 games last night, 3 and only 3. So hopefully this will be a shorter video. But first, a little update on the Nashville Predators. They are shopping for offensive help, and the club continues to struggle throughout the month. Um, the Nashville general manager Dave Poile could look to pull the trigger on a big trade. Um, They've been interested in Paul Stastny of the Colorado Avalanches, believed as he could be the odd man out with Matt Duchene under the long-term deal, and the blossoming of Nathan MacKinnon, as well as Gabriel Landeskog. So they're definitely solid on their back end and could trade a blue liner to get this done. Also, best wishes to Toronto Maple Leafs general manager Dave Nonis, who was taken to the hospital during the game last night and was treated for feeling fluish and unwell, first by the team doctor and then off to St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. Nonis is feeling better and should be released from the hospital later today. That is good news. Nashville Predators defenseman Roman Josi is out indefinitely with a concussion for that hit by Steve Downey, so hopefully he gets back soon. Now, without any further ado, the 3 games from last night, starting with the Philadelphia Flyers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Big win on home ice for the Carolina Hurricanes. Final score 2-1 as the Flyers continue to struggle despite the new acquisitions. Carolina goals scored by Jay Harrison, his first of the year, assisted by Ryan Murphy and Jeff Skinner. For Ryan Murphy, that is his first NHL point, so congratulations to him. And then Radek Dvorak would score the game-winning goal, assisted by Jeff Skinner, his second assist of the game. Anton Khudobin would get his first start in a Carolina Hurricanes uniform. He is the backup goaltender to Cam Ward, and he was brilliant. 17 saves on 18 shots, a .944 save percentage. The big problem for the Carolina Hurricanes last year is that they did not have a solid backup goaltender. They had Dan Ellis, who, let's face it, is not that great anymore. Now they do have a solid backup goaltender, just in case Cam Ward does get hurt again. For the Philadelphia Flyers, their only goal being scored by defenseman Luke Schenn, with Chris Newberry drawing the only assist. The former New York Ranger getting his first point as a member of the Philadelphia Flyers. And a big goal again by Luke Schenn. Steve Mason would get the starting goal, and he made 32 saves and 34 shots, a .941 save percentage. So he was really good, and he was the reason why the game was kept as low as it was in goals. But either way, congrats to the Carolina Hurricanes. Next, the Anaheim Ducks and the Winnipeg Jets at the MTS Center, a tribute night to former Winnipeg Jets forward and Rookie of the Year Teemu Selanne, who played his final NHL game in Winnipeg. That is, unless, of course, these two teams meet in the playoffs. But his final regular season game in Winnipeg, and he was the game's #1 star as well. But even though he did not score. But a big win by the Anaheim Ducks, final score 3-2. Their goals coming from Matthew Perreault, who had the overtime winner last night against the Minnesota Wild, assisted by Jakob Silfverberg, who continues to be hot, and Ben Lovejoy. Then after that, Andrew Cogliano would get his first of the year, assisted by Daniel Winnick and Saku Koivu. And then in the third period, Corey Perry would convert on a turnover by defenseman Zach Bogosian and score an unassisted goal, his first of the year. That'll hopefully get him going for the season. Victor Faust would get the start in net tonight. Last night, Jonas Hiller got the start the night before. He made 15 saves on 17 shots and .882 save percentage, so he did not have to face too much. For the Winnipeg Jets, they had a 1-0 and 2-1 lead, both Winnipeg goals being scored by the captain, Andrew Ladd. The first on a power play, assisted by Blake Wheeler and Tobias Enstrom, and the second, even strength, assisted by Blake Wheeler and Brian Little. Andre Pavlik obviously got the start, 31 saves and 34 shots, and 912 save percentage, so he was very solid, but not good enough to get the win, even though it was not his fault at all. But again, congratulations to the Anaheim Ducks. And last but not least, we have the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames. For the Flames, their home opener, their first home game of the year, they managed to pull a point off, but not a win. The final score 5-4, but in overtime in favor of the Canucks. Vancouver goals being scored by David Booth, getting his first of the year, assisted by Jason Garrison and Alexander Edler. Then, after Calgary took a 3-1 lead, it was all Vancouver. Jannik Hansen would then score, assisted by Daniel Sedin. Then, Mike Santorelli would get his first goal as a member of the Vancouver Canucks, assisted by Henrik Sedin and Chris Higgins. Then Dale Weiss would get his first of the year, assisted by Brad Richardson and Dan Hamhuis. Then, of course, after Calgary tied it, Mike Santorelli would get his second of the game, assisted by Kevin Bieksa. And Ryan Stanton, he gets his first point in a Vancouver Canucks uniform, the only waiver claim from that waiver wire day, being claimed off waivers from the Chicago Blackhawks. That was the overtime winner. Mike Santorelli's second of the game and second in the Canucks uniform would be the overtime winner. So for Ryan Stanton, congrats to him for getting an assist on that. Eddie Lack would get his first career start in goal and was decent. 32 saves and 36 shots and 889 save percentage. Decent, not great, but good enough to get the win, of course. For the Calgary Flames, their goals would come from their captain, Mark Giordano, getting his first of the year, assisted by David Jones and Curtis Glencross. Then Michael Backlund would score, assisted by TJ Galliardi and Yuri Hudler. Then Sean Monahan, who has been surprisingly tremendous. Nobody expected him to be this good so far. Would score, assisted by Lee Stempniak and Shane O'Brien. Shane O'Brien's first point in a Calgary Flames uniform. And then after Vancouver came back to take the lead, with 19 seconds to go, David Jones ties up the game before the overtime winner, assisted by Yuri Hudler and T.J. Brody. Joey McDonald would get the start in goal, making 23 saves on 28 shots and 821 save percentage. So after a solid game the other night, not good last night. But again, congratulations to the Vancouver Canucks, who played their second straight night. And that was all the action from last night, and that'll do it for episode 66 of Hockey on the Spot. This has been Hockey on the Spot with Brandon Barenfeld. I'm Brandon Barenfeld. See you guys again tomorrow. Thank you, and have a great day.